G-O-G-I, G-O-G-I, don't become this, I got the tools to live by. G-O-G-I, G-O-G-I, don't become this, I got the tools to live by. G-O-G-I, G-O-G-I, don't become this, I got the tools to live by. G-O-G-I, G-O-G-I, don't become this, I got the tools to live by. G-O-G-I, G-O-G-I, don't become this, I got the tools to live by. G-O-G-I, G-O-G-I, don't become.
Boss of my brain makes me to be in control of my actions of every day. And using the smart part of my brain is to live my day as I wish to live it today.
I was impulsive, I had anger issues, and I never took control of my life. And once I was introduced to GOGI, it gave me the opportunity to take control of my life, and I've been doing it since 2016, and I'm a different person than I was 2 years ago.
My favorite tool that I like is bossing my brain, only because on certain matters, I can choose to either use the smart part, emotional part, or the old habit, you know. And nowadays, I'm using the smart part.
My favorite tool would probably be bossing my brain, because once you know you have independent thoughts, then you control your actions.
I wrote a little something about bossing my brain. For me, this tool was the key to open up the door to take control of my decision making, no matter any situation. Once I knew I was the boss of my thought process, with practice of bossing my brain, I became more responsible of my actions by using my smart part. And when my emotions got in the way, I put them to the side. To me, my emotions and my opinions on how I feel don't count if they're not positive ones. My poor decisions always happen because of my old habits. It was the easy way out. It was the easy way to handle things. And when this tool taught me how to change my old habits into positive ones by practicing every day, I started to understand my power to take control of my decision making. And I also started seeing the possibility of finding my eternal freedom and becoming the best me I could be.
My favorite tool is bossing my brain. I think that at one time I didn't have control over things that I have control over right now. The other thing is that I'm learning to be my own boss and not worry about what other people are thinking or saying about myself or other people. I was a shy person, but a violent one. And being the boss right now, it allows me to talk to people and to make friends that I want to have.
Bossing my brain was the first tool I did. I was lucky enough that on the calendar, I experienced the first tool in the right order, and it made sense to me. When you start thinking about smart part, emotional part, old habit part, those were functions of my brain. And then when you start thinking about your mind being a business and someone else controlling that business, not cool. Nobody wants somebody else controlling your business, getting your money, controlling your success or failure. Those are serious things that people from our background kind of relate to. So for me, GOGI is influential in my life. It puts it in a sense where I can drop the walls, I can be honest, I can realize that the old way, the old habit part was a drug addict, was a criminal, a liar. But once I realized that it wasn't completely my fault, that it was the background, it was the circumstances of life, it gives you a chance to kind of realize that you're just acting out of emotion. That's the emotional part of you doing what you've always done because you don't know anything different. And the new part is what you can take from GOGI. It's what you want to learn. That's why we show up every week. That's why we acknowledge each other. When we're out on the yard, when we're interacting with other people, it's not a bad thing to talk about personal recovery.
Boss of Brain is my favorite tool because there's 3 elements to it. You have the old part, emotional part and your new part. And I had to get rid of my old part because I was a negative person once upon a time. And with dealing with the emotions, you become a reactionary and don't use your brain when you're making decisions. So I had to form a new part of myself to make positive decisions. And with using the boss of my brain, I've been able to make my own decisions how I want to make them. And that's what being a real boss is doing what you want to do, how you do it, and don't let nobody influence your decisions. So with GOGI, it taught me a lot.
My favorite tool is Boss of My Brain. It helps me make better choices.
Boss of my brain allows me to use the smart part rather than the old habit part, make wiser decisions.
My favorite tool is Boss of My Brain. And the reason I love Boss of My Brain is because in my past, I was never the boss of my brain. I allowed the negative situations and negative thoughts control my actions and dictate my life, you know? And with the boss of my brain, they have the three parts: smart part, emotional part, old habit part. And I allowed my old habits and my emotional part get the best of me. You know, I wouldn't have been able to do it without GOGI. And that's why I love Boss of My Brain, because it lets me know that I'm always gonna be the boss of my brain. I'm the bomb, you know? So that's why I love Boss of My Brain. And I love GOGI, and I'm gonna do GOGI for the rest of my life.
My favorite tool is Boss of My Brain. Over my life, I haven't gotten the idea of I'm in control of my brain. You know, I control the outcome of everything. I've always thought of myself as being pre-programmed as a child to be something that I'm really not. With the tool of Boss of My Brain, I've found out that I don't have to use my past. I can go on with my future with a new way of thinking.
Boss of My Brain is the best tool because nobody can put thoughts in my head. Only I can make the choice that I want.
My favorite tool is Boss of My Brain. When I started exercising the smart part of my brain, it helped me reconnect to the normal, being a normal person. I realized I love education. I'm currently pursuing a college degree, you know, and just reconnecting with my children. I actually sent them some GOGI books because I always think about the question in there, you know, if you had this book when you was younger, would have been a different outcome? And I realized the old habit part of my brain, it kept me in trouble. It's what led to my bad decision making in the emotional part. Once I gained control of those two, things really went different for me. And I'm continuing to practice GOGI for life.
My favorite tool is Boss of My Brain. Being in charge of my brain makes me make better decisions when negative situations occur. I don't let my emotional or my old habits take effect of the positive decisions I got to make in that situation.